All right, so today we are going to be installing the spring kit from CL Project Design for the Shadow 2. This is supposed to be kind of like a competitive sort of spring set, and I've never installed these before, but I do know how to install them, and I'm going to show you guys how to install them. And so he does say that these are supposed to use special feed lips in the magazines. And I'll show that on a later video, but we'll find out, because you might not even need the special ones, but we'll find out after this video, and I'll do a video on how to make the feed lips correct, basically. So you get 3 different springs. And so this is your recoil spring, and this is like a gradient style, and then this is the hammer spring, and then this is like a buffer spring. All right. So the first one is the first 2 are super easy. So you need to remove the slide. So I like to go all the way back. Once it's all the way back, then you can easily pop the pin out. Or you can line up these 2 notches at the back until they line up like that, and then you can pop the pin out, but it's just easier to go all the way back, to me at least. And we have the internals here. And basically you need to remove your whole spring guide system. And now I have already modified mine, but I'm going to remove all these modifications, except for this. This comes with the gun. If I remember correctly, it starts in the gun like this, in this orientation. How I had the stuff in there just a second ago, I had it flipped around the other way, and that was just with whatever configuration I had. With this new configuration, how you're supposed to have it is the buffer spring goes on first, and then this goes on the normal way, so it has the stem towards the base, and then this gradient spring goes on like so, with the tighter coils at the base and the looser coils way at the front. All right, and then this part of the modification is done. We just got to put this together, basically. And there we have that. So that's done, and we can set this off to the side now. And we got to do the part in the gun. So in the gun, you need to remove these screws here. So this one and the one on the other side. And you need a Torx bit. And it's just one screw you have to undo on each side. Right, and then now you need to remove your main spring housing, which is this piece right here. So you need a punch tool, and there shouldn't be too much resistance on these. So that top one is out. And then this one down here needs to come out as well. This one's a little bit stubborn. Oh, that's being really annoying. There we go. And I am realizing the error of my ways right now. I should have had the hammer fired, but that's fine. There we go. So you should have the hammer fired. It'll be easier, but It's not a big deal. And then you gotta kind of shimmy this out of here. Right, and now we have this out. So this is the part that's a little bit annoying. Now basically the whole mainspring is just in this tube here, and it's literally just a tube that's set in there, and it's held in because the spring is pushing on both sides pretty strong. So we just need to remove this and make sure you kind of catch the spring. And there we have it. So old spring, obviously, we don't need that anymore. And new shiny red spring goes on. Same thing with this. And getting it back in can be kind of annoying. We'll see how we do here. I think the easiest way is probably going to be to push this back. Oh, and don't lose it. I am lucky I have decent sleeves on because I cut that with my sleeve. All right, there we go. Now it's back in place. And we just got to put it all back together, and then we'll be done. And then you do need to make sure with this part, it can be a little bit finicky. It's easy to get it like not in the correct place. So it should be able to, like, once you get it seated, it should be able to hold on to it, and then you can pull the trigger and it functions normally. If the trigger is stuck, then just pop this whole piece out, and you need to make sure that it's all lined up inside of there and it's not getting hung up on anything. All right, it's hard to show on camera, so I'm not really going to, but you just need to make sure it's not getting stuck on anything inside of there. So that's all done, and we can start putting these pins back in. We'll do this top one up here. And then this bottom one. Okay, let's flip it over and just make sure the pins are all lined up good. Okay. And then make sure it works, obviously. And then this is, the trigger pull is a lot lighter. So let me see what they advertise. I don't have a trigger gauge, so I would just have to trust what they say. But supposedly, the original trigger pull is 1.78, but this one gets it down to 0.72 pounds. So, you know, I'm just going to trust that. I don't have any way to test it, but I have no reason to disbelieve what it says, because it does definitely feel way different. And we just got to put it back together now. Make sure that this is all lined up good. It shouldn't wiggle around too much unless you kick it out at the side, but it shouldn't wiggle up and down really. That means it's on there good. And you can put these screws in. And then same thing with the other side. Okay. All right, so it looks like that's all good down there. Let's put these pins away. And we'll slide this on. All right. I mean, it does feel super buttery. I mean, that's what they were going for. 1 second. So yeah, the marketing says that it's supposed to be buttery smooth. And that does seem to be the case. Let me see if I have a magazine. I'm not going to shoot the BBs, but okay. Check to see if it's loaded. Does not look like it is, as far as I can tell. It's hard to see. All right. We'll see if it even cycles with the old flips. Apparently, these springs are too soft and they get hung up. Like, just the geometry is just a little bit bad on the stock feed lips, apparently. But I'm not sure. It seems to be functioning all the way. It feels super fast. I mean, I don't know if you can. It's probably hard to tell. But yeah, it feels nice. So I'll go test this, see how it does. But that is how you install those parts, basically. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if this video was useful for you. And make sure you check out the link down below. That is a link to our Discord server, and you are welcome to join. All right, have a nice day.